Paul, it's called the Blue Revolution, aquaculture or underwater agriculture. More and more people are farming the world's oceans for food. But while much of aquaculture's innovation and brainpower originate in the United States, America may not be reaping the benefits of that effort. Here's reporter Joe Cullum to explain.
Fish farming is the newest and fastest growing food production system in the world. No one disputes its importance. The ocean's wild fish population is in severe decline. Some studies indicate 3/4 of food fish species have either collapsed or are on the verge of collapse. Seafood comprises 15 to 20% of the world's protein source. But commercial fishing catches have been stagnant or shrinking for 2 decades, while the human population keeps growing.
And at 6.5 billion people, if we drop the amount of protein available by 2%, that's equating to several 100 million people going without protein, which is starvation.
Aquaculture is seen by many as the best hope to make up the protein deficit. But commercial fish farming has left an odious footprint. Farms in shallow coastal waters with poor circulation have led to severe pollution and diseased fish. But during the past decade, U.S. companies have developed a Jules Verne kind of solution. Giant cages, shaped like flying saucers and geodesic domes, that can be towed miles out into the ocean and anchored to the sea bottom. Up to 15,000 fish can be raised in each cage while strong sea currents prevent contaminated hotspots from waste. At the University of Miami, Dr. Daniel Benetti is one of the pioneers of offshore aquaculture. He and his students raise breeder stocks of cobia, a species that has never been commercially fished because it doesn't travel in large schools. Cobia seems to thrive in open ocean farms.
Clearly that this is the right thing to do. This is the new path to follow. It is food and it can be produced in an environmentally sound manner. And we are all going to rely on open ocean aquaculture production. If it's not here, it's going to be from abroad.
Even though most of the new technology for open ocean aquaculture has been developed by American companies, only 4 open ocean fish farms exist in America, all located within 3 miles of shore, none in U.S. federal waters, which extend from 3 to 200 miles offshore. One reason is a labyrinth bureaucratic permitting system that requires approval from 19 different federal agencies to open a fish farm in federal waters. Last December, Aquacopia Venture Partners became America's first venture capital fund dedicated exclusively to fish farming. Aquacopia hopes to up its stake in fish farming to $30 million by the end of 2007. But managing director David Say says red tape will likely result in that money being invested in overseas ventures.
Many farms have started this process and been unable to finish it. I think many others have just decided not even to get going. So that's been had a major chilling effect on activity in this area.
A bill introduced in Congress March 12th would streamline the regulatory quagmire by making the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration a one-stop permitting agency. NOAA estimates open ocean aquaculture could become a $5 billion a year industry in the United States. Environmentalists and commercial fishermen say the aquaculture bill does not protect the ocean and plan a vigorous opposition.
Obviously, if we have large-scale development of poorly controlled farms, it would be a lot like dropping large-scale hog or poultry farms into the oceans, in that you get large concentrations of animals that produce huge amounts of waste.
Some liken aquaculture to big oil, and that the United States is forced to depend on other countries for the vast majority of its petroleum. And that's likely to remain the case with seafood unless U.S. waters are someday opened up and fish farming doesn't become another industry that got away. Joe Cullum, Nightly Business Report, Miami.
Tomorrow, how are companies bearing up under the Sarbanes-Oxley accounting rules? Our holiday special gets some answers.